Oh, SpongeBob.
Oh, SpongeBob. Why?
Oh, see, that's the worst. I always have friends who can sing, and I be over here like chopped up, and then
You
they're
can
like,
sing.
I can.
You can hold
vocalize.
a tune at karaoke when you're there.
Thank you. Yes, I need to start singing Lemonade again.
Yeah.
But I get so shy even in the shower. Like, I can't do it.
Oh, really?
Well, because the bathroom is connected to their rooms. They can hear like the music. Like during the day, I have to to my roommates' rooms. During the day, I try to be cognizant if they're like on meetings.
Yeah.
If I'm like taking a shower or something. But welcome back.
Welcome back to On the Curb. Have you taken your bins
Have
out?
you taken yours? How was your week? Okay, how you doing?
Sound off in the comments below.
Yeah. What day is this? It's gonna be like May something. Happy May.
Happy May the 4th be with you.
Okay.
Has that happened yet?
It's gonna be May.
It's gonna be May.
We'll get into our topic later, but how was your night?
My night was good. You know, uneventful.
Nothing
happened.
Nothing happened last night.
For the lore of the On the Curb multiverse, we are once again filming 2 episodes back to back, and this is, I did talk about getting a ticket last night. That's the sound of the police. Whoop, whoop. My night was good. I just went to like a little party. I have this like, okay, you know.
Oh, SpongeBob.
Oh, SpongeBob. You know when like, there's, as someone that like parties and like goes to a lot of variant social events where I'm meeting people where I'm not 100% sober.
Yeah.
I often don't remember that I've met people.
And that's valid. That is normal.
I think, yeah. And so I used to tell Kenzie, I think it takes me 3 months to learn someone's name. If it's someone I'm just casually meeting and passing at like in group settings at parties.
That makes sense.
It can take me a long time, especially if we're not having, like if all I said to you was, hi, I'm John, hi, I'm X.
Yeah.
Like there's a good chance I don't remember. And I was at this pregame last night and this girl came up and our mutual friend was like, I was talking with her and the girl came up and our mutual friend was like, oh, like this is John. And I gave her a hug and I was like, oh, nice to meet you. And she goes, we've met before. And I'm kind of like, I get it that you kind of want to like shade me down boots and like be a little snippy, but ain't that embarrassing for you?
Ain't that about a bitch?
Ain't that embarrassing for you that you're not memorable, that I don't remember you and you're trying to call me out for not remembering you?
I do think that.
I'm like, I get that you're trying to do your big one of be like, we have met. But
what do you gain?
Yeah, what do you gain from telling me that? I think there's no problem with it, like, in the way that you say it. Like, if I was like, oh, like, we did meet that one time at that party, it was so long ago, like, I, like, no worries.
Yeah.
That I'm, like, trying to be snippy with, I almost went with the doll. I know. Trying to be snippy with the diva.
Hell yeah.
With the premier apathetic, antisocial, I don't give a fuck about people I don't know diva. Mama, I am not the one.
Oh my God.
But yeah, I just think it's funny sometimes when people try to like do that.
Yeah, I will do it amicably where it's like, I think we've met, but I just am like very honest. I'm like, I think we've met, but I just keep seeing you drunk. So
if I'm approaching with the confidence of nice to meet you,
yeah,
all you gotta say is you too.
I guess you can't really go wrong with being like, have we met? But
Yeah,
it
that's
is such
true.
an ego thing of like, we've met.
Yeah.
Like I really like, okay, if you like are listening to this and you can see a benefit to being snippy like that, let me know.
Is there one? And to put in context, this is the girl I met like 3 years ago when I was blackout drunk at a birthday party.
Yeah.
Where she was by no means the focal point of my night at all, because I was visiting from out of town with like my best friend whose birthday it was.
I never assume anyone like remembers me in that way. Is that low self-esteem?
Now the only time that I might get offended by is if it was like someone I had a crush on.
Oh.
And they go nice to meet you. I think I was shed a tear.
Get out tear.
Nice to meet you too.
Yeah, maybe it is. Yeah, it's definitely people feel insulted by it, but like, girl, like, who is you?
Yeah,
who
girl,
is you?
Who is you? But how was your night? That was my night.
I had a very fun night. Okay, y'all, we gotta talk about Ridgewood. Like, Ridgewood is like not of it. Like, y'all, I want to give some disclaimers. Unfortunately, I am a transplant. I only am saying this because I live in Bedside and I like never make the trek out there. I find it to be a trek. Like, Mama, I met up with my friends. They went to go see a show at this bar called Cassette, which is very cute. I didn't make it into the show, but like they have like a venue and like there's all these people outside. Like there were black people there. Like actually, thank God. And we went to this bar. Every drink, every like just like cock or Wells cock every cock. Oh my God. Every like cocktail, $8 and came with a slice of pizza.
Was it Charleston?
No.
They do this at the Charleston too in Williamsburg.
Yeah, these every bar needs to do the drink with pizza. I just could not believe that it was $8.
That's crazy.
$8. Everything came with a big slice of pizza, and the pizza was good. And like
every drink,
every drink, like not a beer.
Can we do like lactose intolerant inclusive things, girl? Like how about a wing? Give me a wing. Give me a wing.
Oh, wings is cute.
Yeah. Or
but,
hot dog.
Yeah, anyway. And it was like a bunch of space, and like the music was fine. It's just like, damn, yeah. Sometimes we gotta get out of these like popular trendy places. That will be like, here's $17 for a cocktail I'm gonna spit in. Like, oh my God. So I want to hype Ridgewood up. Like, y'all do your big one.
Shout out Ridgewood.
Very cute out there. I also think nowadays has solidified itself as like my favorite dance venue.
Whoa.
I do. Every time I go there, now the main downfall is the ticket situation, because it is always going to be like $15 if you like prepare. I think we paid like $27 to get in last night.
Okay.
It is just the most respectful crowd.
Wow.
It's the most respectful crowd. It's really what I think Elsewhere wants to be. Like, I have not been to Basement in a minute, but you know, Basement is really having its like trendy moment.
Yeah, not allowed to do a lot of things in my basement dance floor.
Oh, and that's what I wanted to talk about, because I think, because we were talking about Frank. I was with Frankie last night, and Frankie, I was like, oh my God, John's obsessed with you with the tap dancing. And Frankie's like, oh yeah, I Irish dance in the club.
Whoa,
this bitch
oh my God.
was Irish dancing to drum and bass.
Oh, hell yes. Frankie girl, I love you.
Oh my God. And that's the other thing. The music is always really good. The sound is really, in my opinion, everyone always talks about Public Records having the best sound, but Public Records is like a college campus.
Yeah, it's huge.
It is huge. And like,
that's the bar that I debuted the ombre wig at and lost my wallet. You can get lost in Public Records, girl.
That's crazy. But yeah, we were dancing, and I will say, like, I am kind of a person who not even can dance to everything, just will. Like, it was a little bit of like, wah. No. We only heard a drum like every, like the opener every maybe like 5 minutes. Then we do with like a wah, and then everyone would be like this, and then we go back to wah. But our friend does lights there. We were there till 3, and we still had to pay tickets, but we got to skip the line. Around the block line at 3 a.m. and it is cold and windy out. I didn't know.
It was cold last night.
I'm like, every time we go to Nowadays, I guess we like go on time where like the line is actually moving. But there was a part where, because the other person who came on, it was so good. It was very drum and bass. It was like a little bit violent isn't the right word, but it was giving primal. And Frankie will come on the podcast at some point. Frankie starts singing Big Butts or whatever by Sir Mix-a-Lot, like what do they call it when you have to stay to the script, like word perfect. She's like, I like big butts and I cannot lie. And it went so well. And then I was like, I just went, you get sprung. And I was like, we're gonna get kicked out, because they do tell you, and Nowadays, like, do not talk on the dance floor, like no cell phones on the dance floor.
That's where we got shushed.
That is where we got rightfully shushed. But yeah, it was a very cute night. I did have like a lesbian meltdown earlier this week.
Do you want to talk about it?
Well, I just like that we really found a solution. I just like, I don't know, any like newbie, it's not even that later in life, but just anyone, I just want to say to any like lesbians who like discovered it maybe past the age of 25 and you feel like you like wasted time like being with men, because that's at least how I feel, like, don't get overwhelmed. It is never too late to live your like les out fantasy, and you know, it always helps when you have supportive friends that text you being like, "Are you okay?" in the morning.
But also don't pedestal what you think your younger experience would have been.
Exactly. Yeah. And so we will be doing it'll be a big lesbian summer.
It's going to be a big lesy summer.
A big lesbian summer. Yeah. We were at Pat. Any like queer lesbians, I feel like whereas there's gay bars, lesbians have lesbian nights. A lesbian night.
Oh my God. A lesbian
night. And my ranking, just really quick. My ranking of the parties is the Woods at the very bottom because the music just is never it for me. Like the Woods is like, what are we doing? I think you have to go there just for the exposure to like hot women, I guess.
Yeah.
Hot, like horny women. Then I will say Pat at Union Pool, but it gets wall to wall lesbians and it gets very overwhelming. And it's like, I don't know anywhere else in New York that gets that packed. Truly, with that much space. And then, am I allowed to put this on blast?
Probably.
Yeah. Okay. There is a lesbian party called X's. Y'all, it is so tea. I mean, we did go to one that was not that great, but mostly like it kind of travels around different bars. The hottest queer women I ever see. Everybody got a job. Like, it's really tea. But yeah. Yeah, let's get some lesbian audience let's get some lesbian curb stompers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Girl, I'm trying.
Yeah.
I be posting your bobbies on TikTok. Well, but the decision we made, the compromise we made is I need to wingman you more lesbian bars, which I'm happy to do. I think my thing that we're going to figure out, because I'm kind of new to that, I feel like relatively women are allowed in like gay bars, gay spaces, until it becomes like circuit parties, and then it can be a little bit weird.
Yes.
I'm a little nervous about like the dykes.
Well, and that's something as like a new lesbian too, because also a lot of my friends are like bisexual. I don't have like a lot of like lesbian friends like in the party scene, and I don't really know the temperature check. But also, like, I always say this, I'm always like, John's a woman. Like, I think like it's a ratio thing, and yeah.
I mean, because I won't be the only man there. I think there are often a lot of trans men or like trans masks in lesbian spaces.
Hot.
Very hot. I do feel like I will be kind of like a soul cis man. Maybe my thing goes, I'll just dress really femme those nights.
And like, I don't know, I like enjoy it when like lesbian and gays are friends, you know?
Yeah, but is it different when it's like a lesbian bar where like the whole point is you're in heat?
Because oh yeah,
circle it back to boys
Omegaverse.
Love. To boys love.
And it just is like such an apparent thing that like there are exponentially more gay bars and like gay spaces than there are lesbian spaces. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna bring my bitch where I bring my bitch. I'm sorry about it. At least they're not a straight man, an antisocial straight man that stands in the corner. So that'll be that. But
am I really your bitch?
Yes. Oh. You think we speak for hours? You think we work like a dog?
Day work like a bitch day and night.
But speaking of gay bars, All Stars 10 is in our future. 10. It might be premiering tonight if this airs on May 10th.
Oh, is it?
I don't know.
Oh, it's not this Friday. It's next Friday.
Oh, is it? It might be May 5th.
Sad.
I don't know.
I think it's May 9th, actually.
What night is that?
Oh, it's in 2 weeks. Okay, yeah. So this will be premiering. It's Friday.
And isn't it Paramount Plus?
Yeah, but I have that.
Yeah, I have it too, but I like it when it's like more live. Because isn't it going to come out Thursday at midnight?
It'll come out Thursday at midnight.
I hate that. I hate that.
Which is going to be so hard for me to not watch it when I'm working from home Friday.
Exactly, and like spoilers and stuff. It's going to be so annoying, but I am so excited.
The cast is Gaggy, T, Boots, Diva, House, Mama, Divine.
It's Gaggy, and it's like, it's going to be a crowd. It's going to be crowded.
It's what, 18
Stanford
girls?
Prison Experiment, girl. Mistress is going to become a security guard.
Oh my God. I don't quite know like my thing is, so I've known the cast for like 3 months because spoilers are just crazy nowadays in Drag Race.
Yeah.
I don't quite know what the format is. It's like bracket tournament style.
I think it's gonna be a little confusing.
I think it's gonna be a little confusing. Girl, it's so confusing sometimes. But I think we might see a physical fight on screen.
Finally, okay, I'm gonna pull up the lineup, but Bad Girls Club, please.
Let's talk about they brought Mistress Isabel Brooks, Irene Dubois, Diabetti, Aja. Like they have brought girls that do not mess around.
They duke it out.
Tuck setting. It is gonna be like, I think production really knew from Sasha Colby's season that they messed up when they let Irene go home first, knowing how like shady she was,
and beautiful to look at.
That she and Mistress would have really butted heads the whole season.
Yeah.
Who is your top three? Who were you betting on?
My top three is Mistress Isabel Brooks for the win.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to. It sucks because I feel like the newer queens, like just because they got to study the show, you know, maybe Mistress. I think Acid Betty might fall to her emotions.
Yeah.
Maybe Aja, Mistress, Aja, and you've convinced me. I will say Bosco.
Yeah,
that's my top three.
I'm gonna say Mistress, Bosco. I kind of want to sneak in Irene.
Right?
But I think Irene could really turn it.
We just have no idea how she actually performs. Or how she actually...
I've seen her so many times live.
Or like does Drag Race.
Yeah.
Because like Mistress Isabel Brooks specifically is very good at Drag Race.
Very good at Drag Race. Yeah.
Like she's like a stirrer and a get out. So
I'm like, now that like Ginger has like broken the record of the number of times you can be on mainline Drag Race, I'm like, they're never gonna stop that.
What do you mean?
Like, I think any of these girls could be on Drag Race for 4 seasons. And that's where I'm kind of like, I don't think Drag Race will ever die per se, because they will keep getting in, like, initiating new girls that they can like put through essentially as many times as they want. It's
just kind of like if I'm Ginger Manchin, I don't win. But I think what it is that like, I'm sure going on the show, they see the boost in Instagram followers. They see that they get like up their booking fee and all these things. So it is smart to go on. But it does kind of suck just like knowing that some people really do not want you there. Imagine like if I'm on Drag Race and I see Ginger Minge walk in, I'm gonna be like, again?
Yeah.
But
Miss Minge,
but
bitch, glamour where?
The famous Bob the Drag Queen quote: if this season doesn't win an Emmy, it's because of this entrance look. But yes, we're very excited for All Stars to take us into this New York summer.
Speaking of, if this season doesn't win an Emmy,
is the time
change.
Oh, the season.
Seasons change. Take your pins out.
Yeah, y'all, we're discussing kind of an annoying topic for out-of-staters because it's kind of like, shut up, like, we get it, you love your city.
Yeah.
A very popular topic amongst New Yorkers and people who live here.
New York summer.
Had you heard about New York summers before you lived here?
I think like because I had so many friends that lived here.
Right.
I did. Also, I probably came to visit New York at least once a year.
Okay.
Like 4 or 5 years before I moved.
Mm-hmm.
And I came both winter and summer.
Oh, interesting.
So, like, I definitely, like, when I was here in the summer, got the first-hand experience of, like, how different it was from the winter time. But
yeah.
Completely different to experience from actually living here.
Okay, so, of course, Southern California trash, where it was just good weather year-round. I remember once it, like, hailed and it, like, made my, like, local newspaper. Leaving the state and seeing people appreciate the sun is one of the most like heartwarming things I have witnessed. But it's also like on the flip side how mean people get in the winter. I'm like, Jesus Christ, like people get mean and crotchety. that the same like cashiers that you see in the winter who are like, yeah, at $4.99, in the summer they're like, well, how are you? Like, how are you doing all these things?
Can I suck your cock with that $4.99 candy? Like, whippy.
It's like, okay, wow, vitamin D real. And it's also funny
Vitamin
because
D
like
real.
I have depression year round. Like,
talk about it.
And so I don't get seasonal depression.
If you stay depressed,
you don't gotta get depressed.
Hell yeah.
But I definitely understand seasonal depression, and it is yeah, so I hadn't really heard of New York summer. It's kind of weird because I feel like I moved here in 2020, right? And with the rise of TikTok, I think New York City has become like the new LA in terms of influencer playgrounds.
Oh.
Like, because I saw a TikTok today that was like some high schooler with a bunch of text on the fucking screen being like manifesting like, oh, I will live in a city and I will like wear like, I will live in New York, wear fancy clothes, go to like dinners, go to like raves and stuff like that. Kind of like so appreciative, like the life we're living.
Yeah.
Where he's growing up, it was all about like moving to LA, like going to the LA mansions and all those things. So I hadn't really heard of New York summers in that way until I got here.
And it's such a long journey to get there. We're still in the thick of like New York spring.
Spring pissed me off.
Barely breaking into spring of like what the number of like weather anomalies happening in the span of 48 hours, bitch. 80 and sunny, 70 and overcast, thunderstorm, windy as hell. That microwave is rolling down the
was
street.
literally flying down the street. Literally, like what the toaster oven's little bitch.
Oh my god, the little toaster.
I was like, not the little microwave that could. The wind is diabolical. I hate it.
It's that on top of the pollen.
Ooh.
The trees just like dump. And there, I'm very lucky. I have a balcony, and I have my neighbors have a backyard, like the ones below me. And there's this beautiful giant tree that when it greens, like my entire window is green, which is really so fun. Beautiful. Yeah. I will say though, the journey to get there, mama, talk about it looks like winter. It looks like it's snowing when the pollen starts falling and it's just like white and dusting.
Yeah.
Girl, I got 2 packs of Allegra the other week. I am kicking my immune system in turbo drive.
Oh my god, one of my roommates, her name was Allegra.
No, it's not.
No, yes it was. I think she's alive. I keep saying that. Well, okay, I'm noticing like I'm actually obsessed with urban planning. Like until I watched one of those YouTube videos where it's like ask like someone so and so answers Google questions. Yeah. And I watched this one with an urban planner, and he was talking about like how things go. And do you know about how the pollen is because they're planting male trees? Do you know about this?
No.
Yeah, because male trees plant or like give all this pollen out. I don't know if it's because of reproducing, and I do be spreading misinformation on this, but I swear I read this. And they plant male trees because the female trees drop fruit and they don't want to have to clean it up on the sidewalk. So instead, like allergies are spiking like the most in history.
Once again, this is a man's world.
Misogyny at the urban planning gig.
That's crazy because they what, like free food?
No, it's like those like ugly seeds, those like giant things you'll see on the ground.
Yeah, because women love to just be ugly and unappealing to the eye.
They're laughing, girl.
I didn't know that. That's crazy.
Yeah, so hostile urban planning. So is this your second New York summer?
This is, and listen. I understand if you're from New York, you're probably rolling your fucking eyes. I even have the audacity to give my remarks on New York summer. Believe me, I see you and I hear you before you even send the comment button. Like, girl, I get it. But yes, this is technically my second New York summer being a full-time resident here. Yeah,
no, and so this is our perspective as transplants. I think it'll be fascinating, like hearing John's perspective as like this being going into a second. This will be me. Oh my god, I think going into my 6th.
Wow.
Or no, 5th if I was here. Well, I got here in 2020, so there's that. And then because I also do definitely want to comment on like the gentrification, and like there was just do you know about the St. James block party?
No.
There was this like historic block party. I think it was either its 5th anniversary. it was YouTube's 20th anniversary, and it was the St. James.
What the fuck?
Because I was getting the numbers mixed up.
Girl, you love YouTube.
Love YouTube. A sea of white.
Really?
At the Bed-Stuy St. James block party. And I was even looking at the things and like, as a transplant, like, because I do believe that black people do gentrify the city as well. You know, but
don't look at me.
but
Don't
like,
look at me.
it was kind of shocking to see a Bed-Stuy neighborhood. In every TikTok that did a pan of the crowd, there were New Yorkers in the comments being like, Brooklyn's done, Brooklyn's over, and it's sad. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, so, but being a New Yorker and having to experience this weather since childhood, my God.
I feel like there's probably so much more like a default to it though, that like you're just so accustomed to it.
Yeah.
It's the thing that I've been saying is I complained so much this winter. I'm not allowed to say one thing this summer. Y'all better hold me to my highest gratitude at all times, because the amount of fucking, I was screaming on the street this winter because of how cold and windy it was. I'd be walking back from getting groceries and a big gust of icy wind would come in my eyes and I would go like on the middle of the street, didn't give a fuck who was around me, that I will be nothing but pleasant,
peace, serenity,
rosy cheeked, so excited to see everyone. Girl.
Okay, my friends too woke take is that it is, I think New York summer really is in touch with gentrification, because like I said, it's about being outside, black slang, and white people have been getting like bars shut down for being too noisy because of black people in the street and all this stuff. And so it is really kind of disgusting that like people are talking about Bedvine closing. I never went to Bedvine. But it is like you stand outside and people were complaining about noise. And so it's like, where, if you can't go to Bedvine, where the hell can you go? So I just wanted to put that out there. But
yeah,
I love summer. Also, we're summer babies.
We are summer babies, which maybe is why I have an affinity with the season.
Yeah.
My concern, girl, if I was drinking that much in the winter, if I was drinking like that in the winter time, mama, get the liver transplant on call now. Holy shit. Because I feel like New York winter is like, it's very like, you're in enclosed spaces. You're like indoors. That I'm like, girl, talk about where'd my ticket go?
I know.
If I got ticketed for open carry in the spring,
yeah,
girl.
It's weird though. What is exciting is that it gets cheaper, because then you can like buy your own wine bottle and take it to a picnic.
The park,
but yeah, in winter it is so you rely on the bars because you gotta go there. You're not like trying to drink outside anywhere.
Yeah. I feel like the thing about summer that I'm most excited for is I feel like it becomes like a choose your own adventure. Like the number of times in like New York summer, it'll be like a Saturday night and I have like 4 separate texts of like, I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing this. And it's so easy to get like pulled in any direction.
Oh yeah.
Or like if you're out at a bar, if I was like out at a bar somewhere else, I'll text Alexandra and she's like, I'm at Ridgewood.
Yeah.
I'll be on a train to Ridgewood. It just becomes, I feel like New York summer is like my apartment, I am only there for the 8 hours I need to sleep.
Oh yeah.
And then I am outside.
Concrete jungle. It is okay, yes, because I want to talk about I want to tell stories about wild New York summer days, because yeah, you say at night, girl, the best part about New York summer is being like, oh, me and my friend are gonna get lunch. Aperol spritzes at lunch. Suddenly, you're taking a little stroll. You might have some wine in the park. Suddenly, you go to happy hour. Suddenly, it's 4 a.m.
Suddenly, it's 4 a.m. and you have your picnic bag still on your shoulder.
You're 3 shades darker, girl. The peak of New York summer is the canvas bag at the club. It's like canvas bag at the club. And like, yeah, that is something that I do love about Brooklyn and going out in Brooklyn, is that it ain't got to be all that with the outfits. Like, girl, you can be like in jean shorts, leather jacket, whatever.
The word on the curb, the word on the curb. On the curb.
New York summer, my best one.
Mm.
2023.
The summer that I came. Oh.
The summer I became gay.
Oh my god. Okay, yeah.
And also I would like to thank I call them my film baddies, Frankie and my friends, because they adopted me that summer because me and Frankie were coworkers, and then I definitely was like, I need to infiltrate this friend group because I wanted to have a good time, and a time was had. This was when I think like we were all on the same wavelength of like destructive. We were going to like what is it called? The Summit, which is like this huge dance party in the park. We're like buying what they're called like nutcrackers. You buy like just like bags of Hennessy and juice. We are like at the outdoor bar. Like it was party after party. It was getting texts being like, wake up, we're going to this, we're going to this. It was just so fun. And then also my job was like so easy that I would just like end up like clocking out at like 3 p.m.
Yeah.
And yeah, I love getting dressed in the summer. It's so much easier.
Beach days.
Beach days. Pride.
We'll
do a Pride episode, of course.
Do a Pride episode. Pride at lesbian bars.
Pride at lesbian bars.
Lesbian bars.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, last summer would be my first New York one.
How was it?
Well, it was okay. You know when like they have that thing that they say like you shouldn't start dating a certain number of months after you move to a city?
Oh, do they say that?
Yeah, or maybe it's like it was like a thing in college. I always heard people were like, I don't want a boyfriend in my first like 6 months of college.
Oh, college
blah, blah,
for
blah.
sure, yeah.
I did have get ready for your eye roll.
Was that your go ahead.
Last summer was my first summer, yeah. Because I moved in October.
Was it hot still though out? Was it still hot out?
The day I moved, it was probably like 80 in October.
Oh yeah, we had May together.
We
had a good May.
It's gonna be May. I did fall in love last summer.
You did fall in love.
Which definitely was like a very beautiful experience.
It was beautiful to watch.
It was beautiful to watch, and I can't wait to experience it again with the same person this year. But I'm trying to like I feel like last summer was such like a like a daze.
Wait, last summer was the worst summer of my life, actually. Wait, no, yeah, it was giving the hangover for 2023. 2023 was like one of the best summers I've ever had. Summer 2024, girl, I started smoking cigarettes. Summer 2024, I came out looking more haggard than I've ever looked in my entire life. I bleached my eyebrows in the fall. I got my nose pierced. So much crying, so much like drinking escapism. All my friends got into relationships. Was like so happy for y'all, but like it was. Oh,
what about me? What about me? I'm gonna look after Heidi.
But the thing is that like, even it being a bad summer, it still was also so fun. Yeah, we also had like so many fun. I gotta take this off, y'all. I'm dying. But
oh, bow chicka bow wow. What's that song? It's getting hot in here. My AC's on.
I don't feel it, girl. I think the vent is up.
I don't know.
What was your first New York summer like?
I mean, so fine, fresh, feminine style 211.
Mm-hmm.
It was.
How's it different from Seattle? Seattle has a beautiful summer.
I will say New York summer ain't got nothing on Seattle summer.
Why?
Seattle summer is just like the most beautiful climate always. The sun is out. The sky is blue. There's like 2 clouds in the sky. It's never like aggressively hot. Where New York, it can get like 100.
We will talk about the cons of New York summer.
Yeah, we will. Seattle summer is the place to be, but Seattle has to earn it because Seattle has cloudy, muggy, drizzly weather for like 9 months out of the year.
Oh.
And you get your 3-month little spotlight in summer, and then it's straight back to Depresso City.
That a major pro also of Seattle summer is that like how y'all hear about how Alaska, like the sun doesn't set. Because Seattle's all the way up there too. The sun sets at like 9:30.
Yeah.
At peak.
Yeah.
I might be inflating that number. No, yeah, everyone on the East Coast, like, yes, snow is bad, right? I get it. I get that snow is bad. Seattle weather is something it's
and because you've got like Lake Union And you
Like
you know somebody. You are at all times 5 degrees of separation from a boat in Seattle.
Oh yes,
which is like in the boat, like the lake is right next to the city.
It's
just ooh, girl, I miss getting drunk on a boat. I miss getting drunk on a boat.
Also, it's fun because like New York is like really crowded and like really small, but Seattle, like the nightlife is kind of all in one corner.
Yeah,
and so it's one Uber. You get dropped off one Uber and you low key set for the night,
and you're set for the night. Girl.
You just walking around. Queer nightlife is incredible in Seattle, but
it's fine. New York's queer nightlife is far better, obviously.
Yes. Now the cons of New York summer. Have I said
oh,
this?
It stings. Oh, it stings, bitch. It's stinking here.
Have I said this on the podcast before? When I say like people need to remember that the bugs are also from New York. People need to remember that the bugs here are New Yorkers. And as John would know, girl, they fight back. They rule New York summer. They run these streets, okay? Yeah. The sheriff lives next door. It is honestly kind of like, and tell me if I'm crazy, because maybe I'm outing myself, but like, I think the same way how when Punxsutawney Phil or whatever pops out of that fucking hole and says, it's spring.
Punxsutawney?
What's his name?
Isn't it Pensatucky? Punxsutawney?
I don't know what his name is. It's officially summer when that first roach crawls out your walls.
Ew. Well then, girl, it's been summer in this apartment for months.
But when that first either roach or water bug crawls out your wall and you see it, girl, summer is here.
Ew, summer is nigh.
Yeah.
Are you an AC girl?
Oh, what do you mean?
Like, are you blasting AC in the summer?
So I do have the black people thing where I would prefer my house warm than cold.
Oh, I guess I'm mostly.
Let's talk about it. A hit dog will holler. And so like crisp, cold AC air, yeah. I don't like it.
Oh, I love it.
My nostrils dry up. I am so like always playing the AC like a fiddle because this is the first time, or I moved last year in July and it was the first time I had central air, and central air makes my room crisp. So I DJ the AC. I do love a window unit. Like, I mean, granted, I was lucky enough to have 2 window units, one in my room, one in my living room. That shit cools your room down quick.
I will not be warm in my own home. I will not be warm in my own home.
For
my
sure.
AC will always be set at a very moderate 73. And at night, I put it to 65. I like to be cold.
Okay, but I feel like the numbers lie for some reason. Like, oh, my roommates better not watch this. In the winter, my AC's at...
Oh my God. Alexander, that's so expensive.
But also, like, it really... I also sleep next to a big ass window that like when it's closed, I feel air go through it. So true. Not too much.
Yeah.
But you're an AC girl for sure.
I'm 100% an AC girl. Well, see, because love you, John. Love you down. Ain't got. I have. Besides college, never not had central air. I'm not meant to live an uncomfortable life, girl. And my boyfriend does not have central air, and the only thing he can offer me besides his one window unit on the other side of the apartment across multiple closed doors is a small oscillating fan that's duct taped together that he's had for like 4 years. That's spraying dust on my face. And he wonders why I don't want to sleep in his house in the summer. We will be sleeping in my bed for the entirety of the summer, John.
That's why during roommates and you're like, it's a good thing that your partner has a place to go. I'm like, when do you leave your curated princess bedroom, girl?
Well, if there was something equitable to go to, I would go. Take your pins out. But that's the other bad part about dating in the summer. Girl, it's hot. Whatever that Broad City thing where the joke is like, it's like Abby with that like big fat guy. That's like, they're like sweating in their apartment and he's like laying in her bed and the bed is completely soaked. It do be feeling like that, girl.
Like, I mean, I'm sure y'all have it figured out now that I'm like there's no evidence that I'm a lesbian. Like I am somewhat the premier asexual diva on accident. And the concept of someone being in my bed, yo.
Yeah.
Because as I've said before, I do not host. Like the concept of someone being on my parachute sheets, under my quince bedding, under my heated blanket, with
under
me?
my Madewell jeans.
Shut your ass up. I walked right into that one. I'm sure it'll happen when I find love and I'll finally get it. I don't get it.
Yeah.
Like, you want to wake up next to somebody?
Yeah. I sleep a lot better when I sleep next to my boyfriend. Because it's like a chemical bond thing.
Okay.
I will say, and I told him this week, and sometimes I wake up and I go, who are you? And I'll think that to myself, and I'll be like, who is this random white man in my bed? Oh. I haven't said he's white in the podcast.
Are we shocked? Is anyone shocked?
Yeah, New York. But no, I understand that. I do like still sleeping alone. Like sometimes I will be like, no, I want to be alone tonight.
You know what? I like sleeping in other people's beds. Don't come in mine. Don't literally. Like if I'm gonna like in the experience, I just my bed is truly it's really a safe haven. And it's So,
what are your predictions for this New York summer?
If I am not slutted out this summer, which is such a violent term to me. If I do not have like a greasy, nasty summer, I will be severely disappointed. And also, I'm not a very superstitious person, and this is like very much only applies to me. But for some reason, I thrive when I am an odd number age and it is an odd year.
Oh.
And it's interesting because I'm born on July 1st, which is exactly halfway through the year.
Oh, cool.
And so notice in 2024, I was 26, and it was 2024.
In the gutter.
In the ghetto. So, and in 2023, I was 25, and it was 2023. And I always love being an odd age, so I'm very excited for this summer.
And you're 27?
I'm 27.
Big ass age.
So I'm thinking gay bars. I am thinking me taking risks. I want to take drum lessons. Yo, because now that I have this new job where like I now make more than I spend, I like what I want to spend my money on, like other than just drinks all the time, is like enrichment.
Yeah.
I want to take drum lessons. I want to be able to play Red Hot Chili Peppers. Give it away. Duke. Because I used to play drums. So I want to take classes because it's always easier to commute. That's another thing about New York summer.
Oh,
Walkable city.
Walkable city.
What about you? What are your predictions?
I want to get better DJing. I want to buy a DJ controller. My friend Isabel has been teaching me, and me and Isabel and our other friend Missy have been saying we want to like post up in Missy's backyard and just like have like casual Aperols and like be just like kind of playing around on the board for like hours.
That's so fun.
Which will just lead into like pre-gaming and going out probably.
Mm-hmm.
That would be my enrichment thing. I want to enjoy my last summer working from home before I have to be
oh my god
5 days a week in September.
Yeah, working in New York summer. I want you to perform again.
Girl, that's so low on my list.
I know.
I would love to. I feel like I want to finish a song. I'd love to like finish a new song because I've been really stuck on these past ones.
Oh my god, vacation.
Oh yeah.
You were vacationed up last year.
I think my only one this year will be Kenzie's birthday in July.
Oh, is it you leaving my...
You're the 10th? You're the 1st. You just said it. No. Hers is mid-July. She's the 15th. Cute.
Yeah.
So I'll be here.
Also, I want to have a chill birthday.
No, I thought you wanted to do that brunch cruise.
Oh, well, is that not chill?
No.
Well,
you literally said it. No, Alexander texted me. She said, I want to do a brunch cruise and bitches that don't drink can't come. That is exactly what you texted me word for word.
It is not that you can't come if you don't drink. I just can only, like, why would that be pleasant?
Yeah.
Being stuck in the water with a bunch of messy drunk bitches going,
and let me tell you, it's something about that maritime air.
Oh.
You get drunker faster on a boat.
Also, I just love like looking and feeling rich. I will just be fiending, acting a fiend. So
Oh, I guess the only booze cruises I've been on, I was on a boat that was confirmed to have asbestos. So I don't know if I have that rich experience.
asbestos gloop, asbestos gloop. I am going to Paris this summer.
Oui.
I am. Are you happy to be in Paris? I am going to see Cowboy Carter in Paris. I'm very excited because my mom really likes this album, and I've been trying to go. Well, ooh, I was gonna say I've been trying to go on a mother-daughter vacation, but the last mother-daughter vacation me and my mom went on, I did get blacked out and rage.
In what?
I did, my relationship to alcohol, sometimes it does border a line of like
Unhealthy, toxic, alcoholic.
My mom and I were in Aruba, and I was just angsty girl. When you like when you go to therapy later in, like, not even later in life, and then you just start to realize things, and then you get drunk and you're like, and then she said, and then you said, and then. But I'm older now. It's not gonna happen. I'm a grown woman.
Wait, how old were you during that vacation?
I can't even remember. I'm trying to think.
Also, I still cannot believe to this day that you started this podcast episode 1 telling the bitches if they couldn't afford to travel to read a book.
Oh my!
And here you are talking about your one-on-one trips to Aruba, going to Paris for the Cowboy Carter tour, having your own bathroom at home, girl.
I wanna retract my statement.
Black American princess down.
Which, once I have a solid fan base, I'll say my take. I will say my take about I think my ancestors would be very happy with me. I think my ancestors would be very happy. The same way Zendaya be stealing white rolls. Girl, I be stealing those hotel rooms for white people. Yes, I do.
Oh my God.
But yeah, I have that, and then I feel like I have something else. I don't know, but people do say in order to love this city, you have to leave this city.
Yeah.
If you're like a transplant that gets like overwhelmed. And it is true that like sometimes I will be here and be like, it's too fucking much. And then I leave and I'm like, I need to go back immediately.
I needed to lose you to love me.
But I'm so excited for New York summer. I'm excited to do this podcast.
Yeah.
I think we're like trying to figure out seasons and stuff.
Yeah.
Very excited for Pride.
Very excited for Pride. I think Pride's going to be super political this year, and I'm excited about it. World Pride's in D.C. this year.
Oh, it travels? I didn't know.
Yeah, it was in New York, like I think 2 or 3 years ago.
Oh.
It's in Washington, D.C. That is crazy.
Well, it is true that, like, I think I said once that, like, the best art is under suffering. Like, y'all, the way that creatives and people like let loose when like the government is shit, and like, cause it's like we're fiending for safe spaces, we're fiending for community, and so yeah, this will be a very interesting summer.
Lord Summer.
I don't know about all that.
New album, Lord Summer.
Maybe I need to listen.
MDMA back in the garden, blow our pupils out.
You already have the lyrics down?
Yeah, it's a short song, girl.
Oh, we will be going back to karaoke.
Oh, bitch, I'm fiending for karaoke. My current roster.
Mm-hmm.
Judah. And also I'm stealing from you. I hope you know. Hope you know. Big girls.
Do not let my childhood best friend be in the
If you live in New York and you want to go to one summer, DM me and I will stop everything I'm doing to go to karaoke.
I'm bleeping the name out. We don't need that bar any more crowded. We did karaoke so much last summer that we got sick of it.
That they knew who we were.
They knew who we were.
There was one night where the DJ announced my name and he said, "Welcome back, BadJon." And I went, I can't show face here for 2 weeks at minimum.
Oh my God.
On the curb.
Yes, but yeah, New York summer is coming. JT coming.
She coming.
What are you saying?
Cowboy Carter. She coming. What's that song?
She gone.
No, tongs, please.
Oh yeah. That'll be my karaoke.
Oh my God.
By like what, minute 7?
You'll be out of breath.
Yes, but
You know what? Actually, I don't like summer.
It makes you feel crazy.
Sike! I love summer!
Mama. Sike! What sent you to the psych ward this
Okay,
week?
so this is, I guess, multifaceted, but okay, so back to my gripe with running this fucking TikTok account.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah.
Thank you for everyone that is engaging. So we did the Zodiac. I post TikToks like typically 2 episodes delayed.
Mm-hmm.
Just so in case we ever take like breaks, I have like a lot of content to use.
Yeah.
And I just got to the Zodiac one. First off, making 12 TikToks.
Soldier.
It was, oh my God, excruciating. But I thought that I was going to post, my plan was always to post like 3 or 4 a day and just kind of like get them out as fast as I can. I thought they were all going to get maybe like a good one would get like 1.5 thousand views.
Yeah.
Mama, let me know why this Capricorn one is at 160,000 views. That is our most. I'm just like, who is watching this shit? It's also the one where Alexander talks about her mom, which is so funny. I think my favorite thing though is that in like I start the video by asking if Jesus was a Capricorn, and the people. We have somehow gotten on like Jesus talk,
Girl.
and people are fighting in the comments whether Jesus was like canonically a Pisces or like logistically a Capricorn. Some bitch just commented Jesus was a Cancer. Someone this morning said Jesus was born in late August. I'm like, y'all don't read the Bible.
Just
Here's the thing. Jesus was a real girl.
Stop. Too early for that. Ooh, girl.
No, Jesus was a real person, but in terms of, you know, I think it's funny.
He was supposed to come. Yeah, y'all. Why did y'all, of all the ones?
I'm
now
like, why are we fighting over what Jesus' zodiac sign was? My favorite thing though is it's a lot. I've seen a couple people in comments like giving whatever feedback, and they're like, one person said that he was like, I'm disappointed that you guys are really pushing like stereotypes. And I was like, you clearly didn't watch the episode because we started by saying we don't really care about zodiac signs.
No one's watching the episode.
And I don't hold a lot of weight in it.
Which is expected, not watching the episodes, but it is like the same way that I am not going to hold weight for the Gemini one where everyone's like, yes, girl, like you love us. I'm also not holding weight for the Aquarius one where people are like, she just doesn't get us. Like, everyone like wants to be. It's also, I had something. Also, I was dishing out real opinions. Little Miss Tepid over here, Little Miss Lukewarm was like, yeah, you know, I was, so I did come on strong. So
no, I gave some opinions.
You did. I
feel like we did a pretty good balance in all of them about like a read, a positive, and then just kind of like our own personal experience.
That's a good point.
But yeah, it just again, like this podcast is so just like DIY homemade amateur that like anytime anything is getting a bunch of attention, I'm just like can't just not laugh at it. That I'm like, people take things we say so seriously. And
it's literally, we're like the premier trash podcast, but it's such a dichotomy because at the same time I'm like, oh, we're famous.
Oh yeah,
and it's like makes sense.
You know, every single one of those views is going straight to my head.
Yeah, we reached 100 subscribers.
We reached 100, and then it dropped down for a second.
It did drop down.
One of you bitches unfollowed and followed back, and we saw it.
One of y'all bitches wins. Oop.
Yeah, we're almost at. I think we're at 1,400 on TikTok now.
That's crazy.
It's so crazy. Thank you all for being entertained.
It's like, so fun. I really love doing this podcast. It's
yeah.
It's definitely a highlight. I check our TikTok and our YouTube way too much.
Because you're nervous.
I
reeled it in a little bit, but
let's see. What was that? Everything?
That was everything. Yeah.
What's it mean to the psych word? I mean, I talked a little bit about my little lesbian party meltdown. I feel like, oh, well, I guess, you know, since my like slob lifestyle was such a hit to you people, since my slob lifestyle, y'all like to laugh at my pain. Okay, and people need to sound off because I cannot be the only person who falls asleep to YouTube. YouTube autoplay is out of their fucking minds. I'm like, did I take a picture of this? Like, y'all, I am going to sleep like watching like what Trixie and Katya like we like to watch. Oh, I did not take a picture of it. I'm going to sleep, watching Trixie and Katya. Why am I waking up to like Superman versus God.
Oh my god.
Superman versus like Godzilla live stream, and I'm just like, and then I'm waking up, right, and I see in the live stream that I do not care about, people being like, why did I wake up to this?
Wait, more people
were literally in the live stream this morning being like, wait, I did not. And they're like, why is this recommended to me? Then I'm like, oh my god, what if one of these days like people wake up to On the Curve?
Oh my god.
But what I mostly wake up to, which I hate, and like my friend, my good sis Mia, she does like, oh, there I am going saying names. But my friend, she does a lot of like studies on sleep and everything, and it's like very cool. And I need to ask her, I'm like, am I melting my brain by like getting these subliminal messages? Because why do I keep waking up to VTubers?
What's VTube?
VTubers are the people who like they don't show their face. They have like a virtual character.
Like,
yeah, or no, it's like anime characters.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then they like make software for them to move around. Why am I waking up to
that
VTubers?
Seems pretty on brand for you.
You'd think.
Do you feel like the VTubers are like infiltrating your brain with like propaganda?
It's just VTubers definitely lies on the side of anime fandom that gets like messy, obviously, because these people are like hiding behind a screen and they get to say whatever they want, and they like use voices sometimes, and like it's just a little cringe. And yeah, I don't like waking up to that. So I do have to make specific playlists, because also like if there's no sound, I wake up.
If there's no sound.
Yeah,
really?
Like if my video stops, I wake up.
That's like
my whole life.
iPad baby at 27
no,
years
like
old.
no,
that's
but like
crazy.
But like growing up too, like I fall asleep to my dad vacuuming. When he stops, I wake up.
Whoa. I mean, I listen to white noise to fall asleep, but once it goes away, I'm fine.
No, like I don't know. I need like constant
if a video stops, you wake up.
Well, just anything. Like I need constant noise in order to be asleep. I'm talking, I need like, I walk in here, like I could literally play New York street sounds and I'd fall asleep.
That's funny because I used to be big into ASMR, and I saw this TikTok one time that made me laugh, and now I'm thinking of you. And this girl said, I don't think I can ever have a partner because I don't know if I can have someone watch me do a 12-hour like neurological exam every night before bed.
Yeah, I am listening to ASMR around the clock. Girl, I'm like walking home listening to ASMR. I'm like, I just am always listening to something. I love my headphones.
Wow.
You know, idiosyncrasies, that's it.
Or little cat ear headphones. Yowie.
Yeah, so I guess that kind of sent me to the psych ward second to my little meltdown. I was telling everyone because I like, no, we gotta go.
Bye.
Bye, love y'all. Take your vids out.